Hello everyone, welcome to a new session of Morphology of the Flowering Plants. This is again the NCERT revision, and in this particular part we are going to study about the stem. So stem originate from the plumule of the embryo and contain nodes and internodes. So if I draw a seedling, then we will have this plumule part. And this is the radicle. So this plumule gave rise to the stem. This gave rise to the stem or this shoot system. The stem is ascending part of the axial bearing branches. So it always ascending means it is moving upward, and the roots that is descending, that is moving downward. So this ascending part or the stem part, it is axial bearing branches, leaves, flowers and fruits. So this part, that is the stem part or the shoot system, bear branches, leaves, flowers and fruits. It developed from the plumule of the embryo of a germinating seed. So this is the germinating seed and this is the embryo, and this plumule part gave rise to the shoot system. The stem bears nodes and internodes. So here you can see this particular part is node. This is also node. And in between these two nodes, we are having internode. Now from the nodal region, you can see leaves comes out, and from the axil of the leaf and the main branch, a small buds originate which give rise to new branch. So the region of the stem where the leaves are born are called nodes, while the internodes are the portion between the two nodes. Okay. Functions of stem. So stem spread branches for the optimal sunlight. It is responsibility of the stem that plants should get optimal sunlight exposure. It should get conduction of water, minerals, food and provide support even. The main function of the stem is spreading out branches bearing leaves, flowers and fruits so that it can get proper sunlight, proper air, so that they can do optimum level of photosynthesis. And when the photosynthesis is done at the optimum level, it has a lot of food reserves. So that food reserves get stored in the fruits and the other parts of the plant. It conducts water. So stem also conduct water. It provides minerals and photosynthesis. Sometimes they are photosynthetes also. Some stem do the process of photosynthesis, like in the case of weak plants, herbs, they are green in color, so they can perform photosynthesis even. Some stems perform the function of storage of food. They provide support, protection and vegetative propagation. They are involved in the process of vegetative propagation. So all this we are going to study in the next slides. Axial and axillary buds. The leaf axil harbors axillary buds that can give rise to new branch. So if this is my stem and this is the nodal region, this is a leaf. So this is called axil. This is called axil. And if a bud comes out here, then this is called axillary buds. Axillary buds. Okay. The leaf is lateral, generally flattened structure borne on the stem. It develops at the node and bears bud in the axil. So this is the bud. This bud grow. It give rise new leaves. Now it grow more and give rise to a new branch like this. So this is very, very important. The axillary buds later develops into branch. Leaf originate from the shoot apical meristem and are arranged in acropetal order. They are most important vegetative organs for the photosynthesis. So what happened? This is the stem. This is a leaf, old leaf. Now this is a branch which is formed here in the axil. Now it will have a leaf, like this. Okay. Now here you can see these are the old leaves in the branch and these are the new leaves. So acropetal succession you can see here, acropetal order. Okay. Old leaves at the base and new leaves at the apex. Modifications of stem, like we have seen in the case of roots, there are so many modifications. So in the stem also you will have a certain modifications for different functions. So some roots and stem like potato, ginger modified to store food for the plant use. Some stems like they get modified for the storage of food. Stem tendrils are modified to help climbers that attach to the structure for the support. So there are climbers, okay, that help weak stem to climb above. So if you know about tropical rainforest, they are having many stories of trees like this, many stories of trees. So this is the first story, then there will be second story, then there will be third story. Now you can see if a small climber is here, then hardly it can get the sunlight. So what this climber do? It climb up to this level and get proper sunlight. So these are called as lianas. Lianas. And they are what? They are climbers. They are climbers with the help of certain tendrils or the attachment of the roots, adventitious roots. They climb up to such a high level for the sunlight. Okay. So some stems have thorns arising from these stems serves as the protective structures against the browsing of animals and unwanted plucking of the stem or the plant. So they are also providing protection to the plant. We will study all about this in the coming slide. Stem storage. Now let us talk about the storage. The first one is rhizome. So there are some stem that run horizontal to the soil surface and that are called as rhizome. If you remember, pteridophytes, they are having the stem in the form of rhizome, and from this rhizome leaves originate. So here you can see a rhizome like structure. So one intergrowing modification observed notably in the ginger plant involved the metamorphosis of the stem into specialized storage units. So ginger, have you seen the ginger? It is like this. Okay. And they are having scaly leaves like this. And they are having these nodal region. And from these nodal regions, some new branches comes out. And that give rise to the new plant. So these stems adorned with scale leaves. They are having scales leaves, or scaly leaves. Seamlessly store essential nutrients to tide over adverse condition. So they store lots and lots and food for the so that they can survive in the adverse condition. Okay, so though this transformation, they metamorphose into the organs of perennation, so they are also called as organ of perennation. What does this mean? So at the time of adverse condition, all the plants dies off, but this rhizome is present underground the stem, and when the condition becomes favorable, new branches come out and forms a new plant. So that is why it is called as organ of perennation. Okay, rhizome found in ginger, turmeric even. Okay, now this is another type of stem storage organ, corm. It is a short, thick, swollen, usually unbranched, spherical or subspherical underground stem which grows vertically in the soil. So they are like this. Sometimes they are like this. Corm in colocasia. In Hindi we say kachalu. Okay, corm take part in perennation, so they are again organ of perennation. Okay, stem storage organ, tuber, very important. It is an oval or the spherical underground swollen stem structure which does not bear adventitious roots. For example, potato. So here you can see a potato. Now in potato, there are some depressions like structure like this. These are called eye. Actually, these are nodal region. These are the nodal region. And from this nodal region, small shoot-like structure originate. So each tuber possesses number of spirally arranged depressions which is called as eye, and this give rise to, so if you cut this potato in 4 parts and you place it in the soil, you will have 4 different plants of potato. So vegetative propagation, it helps in process of vegetative propagation. Bulbs, it is an underground pyriform spherical structure that possesses reduced convex or slightly conical disc-shaped stem and several fleshy scales enclosing terminal buds. So if we talk about the stem, though we are a reduced convex stem, and here we are having scaly leaves arranged like this. Okay, and from here roots comes out. So this is bulb. This region is called as bulb. The bulb possesses number of adventitious roots arising from the lower base. So these are the adventitious roots arising from the lower base. Modification of aerial stems. Okay, so till here we have studied about the different stems that are present in underground and meant for the storage. So they are corm, they are rhizome, they are tuber and bulb. Now, aerial modification of stem tendrils. Tendrils are the thread-like sensitive structures which can coil around a support and help the plants in the climbing. So grapevine, if you see, so this is the branch and this is the leaves. So at this opposite of the leaves, you can see a tendril-like structure. Now this tendril-like structure, suppose this, there is a stem of another plant or any support, it wind like this, and keep that climber or the plant erect. Okay, so this we found in stem tendrils, we found in the case of grape vines. Stem tendrils are of 4 different types. Axillary. So from the axil of the leaf, tendrils originate. This we can see in the passiflora. Axil, okay, axillary bud give rise to tendrils. So this is axillary. Example is passiflora. Extra axillary. Okay, so this is found in cucurbita. Leaf opposed grapevine. Just now we have seen, suppose in this there is a leaf of grape. So opposite to this region, opposite to this leaf, it gives rise to tendrils. So leaf opposed grapevine. Floral bud or inflorescence tendrils. Now the floral bud give rise to tendrils. Very important, antigonan. Okay, antigonan. Hooks. Pedicel or the floral stalk are modified into the stiff curved thorns or hooks. So here you can see hook-like structure like this. So hooks or uncaria. This is very important. Stem thorns, sometimes they form thorns like a structure. So they are stiff, sharp structures that become hard. And thorns are not only reduce the transpiration but also check browsing by the animal. So the plant which bears these thorns like a structure, plants do not get browsed by the animals. So in this form, they helps or they check the browsing by the animals. So examples are citrus and bougainvillea. Phylloclades, very, very important. Phylloclades. They are the flattened or cylindrical green stems of unlimited growth. Okay, so what happened? Stems form a flat like structure, flat leaf like structure. So they are green stems and they are unlimited growth. Their growth is not limited, and again it gave rise to new branches like this. Okay, generally they are found in dry habitat. That is why they are also xerophytic. It stores water, mucilage and latex. So lots and lots of water is stored in this, and they are also having these thorns like structure. And what actually these thorns are? These are actually leaves. Which are converted to thorns. And why they are converted to thorns? To minimize transpiration, because they are xerophytic and they grow in a habitat which do not have water or less water is present there. So to minimize the transpiration, the leaves are reduced to spines or thorns. And the function of leaf is performed by stem. All the water is stored in this stem part. They are having chlorophyll to perform the process of photosynthesis. Okay, so Opuntia, Euphorbia are the species that are having phylloclades. So this flattened stem is called phylloclades. Okay. Cladodes. They are green stems of a limited growth which have taken the function of photosynthesis. The true leaves are reduced to scales and spines. So here you can see cladodes comes out on the leaves. Okay, true leaves are reduced to scales, and these cladodes perform the process of photosynthesis. So this we found in the Ruscus. Primary or the main function of the stem. What are the main function? That is primary function, that is called as primary. It bears and supports leaves, flowers and fruits. So they bear what? They bear leaves, they bear flowers and fruits. So stem helps to have this support region which bears leaves, flowers and fruits. The various appendages borne on the stems are placed in such a fashion that they carry out various functions. So the arrangement of the leaves on the stem is such that they can have maximum exposure of the sunlight and they can have great process of photosynthesis. It conducts water and mineral salts from the roots to the leaves and fruits. It also helps to the conduction of water and minerals. Now, apart from this primary or the main function, they also have some accessory functions. So, this is also two main functions. The food manufactured in leaves and transported to the roots. Okay. So, whatever the food get manufactured, now they has to transport to the roots, they have to transport to the fruits and the other storage organ through stem only. Okay, so every year it adds new cells, tissue and organs. So secondary growth, they take part in secondary growth even. So this is all about the primary or the main function of the stem. Now there comes the secondary or accessory functions. Storage of food. They help in storage of food. Storage of sugar. They help in storage of sugar in the stem of the sugarcane. Storage of water in many succulents like Opuntia. Just now we have seen phylloclades. Floating on water when erenchymatous. Sometimes the stems are erenchymatous. They bear air in it. Erenchyma means they bear air in it. Examples, Neptunia. Perennation when underground. Perennation when underground. Example, mint and saccharum. Okay, so these are some of the secondary or accessory functions of the stem. Okay, so this is all about the stem. We will meet with one more interesting session of this particular this chapter. Okay, till then, thank you very much.